Iran has launched its first massive missile barrage against Israel since announcing Khamenei's son, Mojtaba, as the country's new supreme leader, marking a dramatic escalation in the war. Amid news of Mojtaba Khamenei's elevation, panic erupted across Israel, with civilians rushing to shelters as air raid sirens wailed over fears of a much larger confrontation. The huge Iranian missile salvo triggered widespread alarm in central and northern Israel, lighting up the night sky and overwhelming air defenses with multiple incoming threats. Injuries have been reported inside Israel as the conflict enters its 10th straight day, while the US death toll also continues to climb amid ongoing attacks on American forces in the region. Coinciding with Iran's announcement of a new supreme leader, Tehran launched another major missile attack on Israel, further ratcheting up tensions across the region as the war grinds on into a second week. Fresh Iranian missiles were fired toward Israel on the intervening night of March the 8th and 9th, triggering a new round of alerts only hours after earlier barrages had appeared to subside. Early warning sirens blared across large parts of central Israel, according to the Times of Israel, forcing residents to rush back into shelters for the second time in one night. The sirens sounded just minutes after authorities had declared the previous missile salvo over, catching many people off guard as they were beginning to emerge from protected spaces. Incoming missile alerts were issued in Tel Aviv and in the Shvela region to the south, as defense systems moved to intercept the latest wave of Iranian projectiles. Interceptions were heard overhead and falling shrapnel was reported in the cities of Rishon LeZion and Lod, where fragments from destroyed missiles rained down on streets and buildings. Within minutes of the attack on central Israel, additional sirens began sounding in the north, signaling that the strike had a wider geographic scope. Air raid sirens were reported across the Galilee region, including in the major port city of Haifa, as residents sought cover from the incoming fire. A woman in her 40s in Rishon LeZion was moderately wounded when she was struck by debris, sustaining her injuries as fragments and rocks were blasted into the air. Officials said the woman, who was not inside a bomb shelter at the time, was hit in the head by flying rocks caused by the nearby impacts and interceptions. Rishon LeZion's mayor told Channel 12 that there was also notable damage to at least one building in the city, with windows blown out and structural harm reported. Impacts from falling debris and interceptor fragments were also reported in Lod and in Modi'in Illit, the Times of Israel noted, adding to the tally of damage across central Israel. Amid the escalating conflict, the US military confirmed the death of a 7th American soldier in the Middle East, underscoring the mounting human cost for Washington. Iranian officials, however, claim that the United States is concealing the true scale of its losses and insist that more than 500 US service members have been killed so far in the fighting. Iran's powerful assembly of experts announced that it had chosen a new supreme leader during the night of March 8th to 9th, moving quickly to fill the power vacuum in Tehran. After days of rumors and behind-the-scenes maneuvering, slain leader Ali Khamenei's son, Mojtaba Khamenei, was officially confirmed as his successor. Mojtaba's appointment as the new supreme leader was made public just hours after fresh warning from the US president, who attempted to pressure Tehran over the succession. On March 8th, Donald Trump declared that whoever was chosen to lead Iran without US approval would not last long, a remark widely interpreted in Tehran as an open threat. In response, Iran's elite and influential Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps quickly pledged allegiance to Mojtaba, signaling that the security establishment is closing ranks around the new leader. Mojtaba's father, Ali Khamenei, was killed in the first wave of joint US-Israeli strikes on February 28. The attack set off the intense war which is now in its second week and consuming much of the Middle East. Since then, Iran has been launching repeated attacks on Israel, US bases across the region, and the territories of Washington's Arab allies, turning the entire area into a sprawling battlefield.